And I heard you brought your co-host.
My partner, Deborah Porter.
Yes, and she's matching with my postcard. Okay, so Deborah, how does it feel to work with Lizi?
I love Lizi.
Improv in the house. Yes, so tell us, you're very adventurous, you're the prime of life in health like this, but it doesn't mean that you don't have anything to repair or to, be healthier. And that's what I saw at in your TV show. So let's before talking about the TV show. Any suggestion to people in a prime of their life who are suffering from issues here and there about their midlife after 50? What is your suggestion as a health advocate?
Well, first as a human being, actually.
As a human being.
I think growing up, in my generation, everyone thought that 50 was you're dead, basically, and that you're dying, and that it's all downhill from here. Suffering and not sexy anymore. Like, that's the real big thing. You don't feel like a beautiful woman anymore. And I think this is the most beautiful time. I think that this is a time where you feel that you've raised your family, you've done everything for everybody else, and now it's time for you and to do all the things that you want to do. And I think that sexiness really comes from confidence. It doesn't come from the outside, it comes from being confident. And it's really, really important for people after 45 to realize that there's so much more to give. You've learned so many things from 0 to 45, and now you can apply them and be everything you've ever wanted to be. And I think that's the gem here that's missing. And it was really, really important for me. Really important for me to create a show like this because I feel amazing. I feel better than I have in my whole life. I'm doing things that I've never done or dreamed of now because I have the confidence to do it. I don't care what other people think. I care about what I think. And that changes as you hit your 40s. And now into my 50s, I'm 51, I feel that people are able at this age to become anything they want to be. And that's what it's about. And it's really, really important to get that message out there. And of course there's trials and tribulations of this age that I'm going through right now, and they're difficult. They are difficult, but there are so many things with modern technology that have changed the way we see things, and you can go right back to where you were feeling physically, and then mentally is the key. It's all about your mental image of yourself.
I know it's part of a series, I guess, but in this particular case, you went to a particular medical spa. So can you explain to us what medical spa is, and what do they benefit from actually doing the medical, holistic, and
Oh, absolutely. Okay, first of all,
so how do you define that type of clinic?
Okay, well, there's Dr. Brasilia and Dr. Gaddy were our two different clinics that we did for this series. The second one we're actually for this episode.
For this
episode because we want to hit your hormones. At this age, your hormones decline, and that affects so many different things.
Is that the same thing with men?
Oh, let me see. No, you're good.
I'm 40 something.
Okay, so yes, it does. Sorry.
It happens
a lot earlier for men.
A few years back.
Well, we only tell you it happens a lot earlier for men. We don't really know much about the men because we have done it. We will hit the men.
Oh, the reason why I might forget is there going to be a version of that?
Yes, eventually there'll be a version for men. Right now, we're really focusing on the women.
Okay,
right?
So just to what is medical spa?
Okay, so we had two different clinics. And one was we went to a hormone doctor to find out our hormones, and everybody needs to do that. After your age of 40, you need to find out your hormones because that's going to tell you where you're at. There's bioidenticals, which my partner, Deborah Porter. Bioidenticals. That means they're hormones from a different source, but they're bioidentical to your body, which means they're identical, and your body assimilates very well to them. I am a more holistic person, and I go through the all-natural, plant-based type hormones that raise your everything, raise everything. So it's just it's a longer route when you go natural than it is bioidentical, but both have the same result. And then we went to Dr. Gaddy for stuff down there.
Oh, that's yeah. Can you explain to me? Is that I mean, of course.
Yes.
It's more PG-13 explanation.
Yes.
Is that rejuvenation? No.
Okay, no, yeah, absolutely. There's rejuvenation. Not everybody needs a rejuvenation down there, but there are definitely people that need a rejuvenation, especially after children. I've had 3 babies, and there's some things going on down there that look good. But anyway,
the peeing, laughing.
The peeing and laughing.
That is
it's a real
issue.
Whenever I sneeze, I do this. right? And then so my partner does too.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, Chris.
I need to use the bathroom. Wait, I need to.
So it's a sneeze, it's a splat. It's like you're done. So unfortunately, that's what happens, and it's things that people and women don't talk about. And the problem is that because you don't talk about it, you don't know that there's these amazing solutions out there that are so non-invasive that can actually help.
It's not a surgery. It's just
not.
What did they do again? They get the.
Do you really want to know what they do?
Well, yeah, in 1 minute. So they take out the this and that.
No, okay, no, they stick something up. Okay, so they.
But do they take out the blood and
No. Yes, that's okay. There's two things. That's for libido. So there's two things, and actually vaginal rejuvenation. So there's a couple things. When they use the your
blood
PRP, right? They inject that inside of you down there, and that helps you tremendously with not urinating. Okay, and it also helps with your libido.
Control.
Yes, control. And then they also have a tool that they insert inside that private area that actually tightens everything. So it's really, it's 1 to 3 treatments, and it changes everything. It really does.
And may I ask though, I hope you don't mind, it's saved discreetly, and I guess your husband's happy, right?
Things are a little better down there, so
I hope that's PG-13 enough.
Yeah. Can I thank some people first? Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
Okay, Deborah Corner, my partner.
Deborah.
Hi, Deborah. Let's say hi to Deborah.
Hi, Deborah.
Deborah and I both hit 50 at the same time, and we were both doing something. And after Happy, Healthy, Stronger, which I was blessed enough to be here last year with you, we decided that this is something we want to do together because this is life-changing. No one is addressing this issue, and these are the people that are changing the world right now. We are the people with the money. We are the people that have the time of day to make a difference, and we wanted this generation of women to change the world. My director of photography, Gary Scott, who does not want to be mentioned, is over there.
Kiara.
Gary did both my Happy, Healthy, Stronger, which we were blessed enough and honored enough to be here last year. And he also produced this. He's the director of photography and was the creative end on this. Just phenomenal. And then I have my cast, which are, they start with late nights, and they were just phenomenal. And Dr. Brasilia and Dr. Gabby, who are our guest experts, were tremendous and so grateful, or we're so grateful rather, to have them with us because a lot of women don't like to talk about this. This is a very touchy subject.
It is.
Yeah,
That's why I wanted to play it, because I haven't seen a TV show, for instance, that would have that.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah, but
it was
never,
actually on
NBC.
right? No, it was on NBC on July 7th, so they played it, so we know we're okay.
But there's no show like that. Right?
No, there's nothing like that, ever.
That is very open.
No, and it has to be, because this is, no woman after 45 should feel anything less than phenomenal, beautiful, and amazing. And if I have to do this for the rest of my life to make sure that they feel that way, I'm going to do it.
So, for questions. Any questions out there? I think Melissa, who's in the prime of her life, has a question. Any question? Any feedback?
Any feedback?
Yeah.
Oh, you put me on the spot. No, I guess thank you for at least opening up a platform.
Literally.
So literally, for something on an issue like this.
Yeah.
But then some people are also experiencing, like the hot flashes much earlier. How long does it take for that hormonal test? Is that something that your private or your primary care doctor would be or should have been prescribing, the blood work? Instead of just saying, oh, I'm having hot flashes, they said, okay, here's just taking right
no drugs, right? So
no drugs, yeah.
So for me, it's definitely individual, right? So everybody's an individual. Now, if you're experiencing, some people experience in their late 30s. A lot of women go through this time of life at very different times. You can usually kind of create it by your mom, to be honest with you, just a little bit. Yeah, so usually it's by that. But the whether you take the hormonal route, bioidentical, or whether you take the natural route is going to definitely dictate whether or how fast things are affected by. So I have to say it's definitely individual based. For me to give you an actual time frame would not be correct.
No, I'm saying as for the primary doctor, we at age 50 we get all our checkups.
Yes.
But now, I went through it, they didn't say, it's best to you. So it's, like for you, this platform, you're saying it, so it's good that you're opening it, because now I have the knowledge to say, hey, how about this kind
Right,
of...
okay, so the actual reason we produce this is to arm our audience with the knowledge to actually ask these questions and go out there and be an advocate for yourself and say, you know what, I want this test and I want to find where I'm low and where I'm high and what I need, and then go seek the doctors in your particular area that actually address it. And there's a lot of them now. We're really moving over.
What kind of doctor is that?
You know what? No, there's many doctors.
What kind of
a lot of medical doctors even do this now too, because it's such an issue. We don't have to suffer. We do not have to go through these things anymore at all. And now with modern technology, there's so many ways to do it, both the medical way and the natural way. So,
one more question.
Yes.
Thank you.
You have a question?
So I know you're talking about age 50, but somebody like me, like the younger generation, how are we, like, what can we do to start helping
To stimulate
ourselves?
your, what?
Like,
Sorry, just,
Okay,
yeah, what was your question?
Like, how are we, like, in, like I say, 30 years, like early 30s, late 30s, how can we start, like,
Preparing for
ourselves? Because I know a lot of my friends been asking, like, we want to look beautiful, but we don't want to, like, age old. So a lot of times in our age group, we would try to research, but we don't know what to do. We don't know what product to do.
To prepare.
So we kind of just go by the fad, like it's fad and this and that. So, but it fades. So
so Sue is one of the people that followed Happy Healthy Stronger, and she just informed me actually that she's been following me all year, because our question and answer last year that you've been following, now she's on keto. So I'm very proud of you, Sue. That's amazing, and she's lost a ton of weight. And your next question is, when we do the next century, or rather the decade of your life, the best thing you can do for yourself and for anybody at any age is to eat well. I think that you are 100% exactly what you eat. You're a Ferrari. You're beautiful. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was talking to you, but that's okay.
Thank you. I have to accept that. I always try to receive.
Yes, you're very beautiful.
So
everybody's body is a Ferrari, and if you give a Ferrari yucky gas, you're going to putt along, but we don't feel that way when you're a human being. We don't feel that yucky gas, that effect, until much later on in life. And if you could view an egg inside of you, for example, of things incubating, things like smoking and things like eating poorly, you don't feel it right away. I was running a marathon once, and someone said to me, I beat you, and I eat McDonald's. I did, literally. I beat you at McDonald's. Okay, come see me in 10 years, buddy. Okay, so these things you don't feel right away, like you would a car that doesn't move as well with poor gas. But they have an incubation period, and everybody needs to know that period, that egg cracks, and all of a sudden you've got diabetes, you've got cholesterol, you've got this. Yeah. And when you get that is a symptom of 10 years, or maybe less, maybe more, of you eating poorly. So it's not so easy to correct, right? Mm-hmm. So if you start now, like you're saying, Sue, in your 30s, in your early 30s, just eating like a more or less a plant-based diet, along with whatever proteins that you want to put in there, but more or less plant-based protein, when you're getting nutrients from Mother Earth, that really changes. We have a complete medicinal cabinet in every vegetable, and right up in here you've got to just feed your body well. Treat yourself like you're a queen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. I guess one more. Questions from the audience? Feedback or questions? So anyone? Yes, please.
I mean, I'm 17 right now. I've always had a big irrational fear of aging, even though I'm very young. You make me feel a lot better about it. It's not that, you're dead at 50, your life isn't over. You're just in a different stage. You're just in a different stage of life. So you actually make me excited to get older.
It's so funny, because the generation, even my generation, I think 50, oh my God, they're dying, they're digging. I have never felt more vibrant. I have never felt more alive. It's not even matter, skin disease. It doesn't even matter. It's right in here. Yep. For me, it's all about what you can do, what you can create, who you can be, and how you can change the world. What can you offer the world? It's a sense of non-egocentricness. It's a sense of what you can do, and that is, and the most amazing thing about it, it breeds a different kinds of confidence. Women usually gain a confidence from looking in the mirror. This is not at 50 years old. Of course you can still be beautiful, and we do, but it's a different kind of confidence. It's so much more powerful and so much more sexier, and it makes you so much more fulfilled. And that, until you reach your 45s and 50s, you can't get.
So, one more. Okay.
Okay, so like,
This
is
is my daughter.
Hi, mommy. Okay.
Yeah.
Come up here now.
Okay.
This is my baby.
What's her
Milan.
name, baby?
Milan.
Milan!
So like, is having kids directly related to peeing when you sneeze, or do you like if you don't have kids, do you like?
Yeah, I mean, I want to know too.
Correct.
Like,
Down
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that
First baby I peed a little, second baby I peed a little more, third baby I'm full out sneezing, and yeah, it's all related to having a baby.
And
by the way.
I guess you.
My third one really.
I guess you have to use padding for that.
No.
I mean, to protect, don't you?
It's okay. Yes. Some people do, but you can get it corrected, and it's non-surgical, and it's.
What's that procedure called?
It's
The one that we saw on here.
yes, the procedure
It's called?
is called. Oh, Lewis, can you cut that out? I can't remember the name.
The procedure is going to be in our website. Oh,
No, it's not the O shot.
Oh.
Okay, so yes, my.
on the website. That's the reason why to check
Yes,
your
right,
website.
yes. So
What is your website?
The O shot does help. Also, the tightening of your region actually helps as well. You
And
get
check your website. Right?
My website
Is what?
is theprimetime.com.
It will have the information.
Yes, and you can watch the Primetime on Facebook on
Okay.
Primetime. My partner Deborah is with Well World TV. That's her establishment, and I am Lizi Martinez, brand Lizi Martinez on on Facebook and on Instagram.
And lastly, what I usually ask the filmmaker, say your name, your show, and your advice to filmmakers out there who wants to create their TV show. Because yours is a TV show.
Yes, it is.
And also a thing about the funding and how to get media or a show to show. Like how to reach, like how to get on a TV on TV.
Yes, okay, so that's a long-winded story, but for me, I'm Lizi Martinez, and this is Deborah Corner, and we are the Primetime TV series pilot waiting to get picked up, so any station that wants to pick us up, we're ready. And the ability to create a show comes from every human being on the planet. You can do anything you want to do, and I just want to say that the second you think you can't is the second you need to throw that out the window and say, I can do anything. I cannot say that more than anything. I have never in my life felt so able to do anything. It's not because I'm different than anybody else. It's because I finally have that lifted, that I know that every human being on the planet, if you have the will, you will find a way.
Wow, thank you very much. This is Lizi Martinez, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.